Hello everyone. I'm not in view just yet because I'm running a little behind. I just need to plug in my charger on my phone so we don't end the live midstream. So my dilemma is finding an outlet long enough. I think this might work. Stand by.
Okay. Come on in. You can.
All right, we are live.
Meow. The cat said we are not live.
All right, the charger is plugged in, and then I need a moment to set up my laptop so I can see the comments. And I've got this set up so that when it replays in the right view and not flipped. Okay, here I come.
Hello. Mom, looking back.
Are you gonna leave the door open, or are you gonna shut the door?
No, I'm going to shut the door.
All right.
Well, Molly, come in or out, because we're going to shut the door. So if you want to come in, come in. Come on, call her.
Marky,
Come on.
come on. All right, come in. Now you're in. You're in for an hour or so.
I think she wants some water.
All right, let's see. She had water. She's got water in my room.
Okay, I'm sure the hair looks like a frightening. Oh, yes.
Okay, guys, so I just published a video of Mom and I. We took a day trip yesterday, so some of you have probably already seen it. I wanted to get it out. I actually started uploading it last night, and I wanted to set it like as a premiere so that we could be on live when it published and then roll right into like this live. But because our internet is so slow, it was only at
Till this afternoon.
It was only at 64%. I started the upload at 1:30 in the morning, and this morning, as of like 8:30, it was still at 60. It was only at 65%. That's how slow our upload speed is. So I had to run into town and log into the McDonald's Wi-Fi in the parking lot, and then it was finished within like 15 minutes. So so I basically published it like as it was done. So I published that at 9:30, and so now we're rolling in. So some of you have maybe already seen that. If you haven't seen it, you can go back and watch that. Yeah, so we'll get this going. Let me get logged in here.
How many people? Can you see the comments?
Yeah, in a second, once I log in. So I am still in my morning, like I have not done anything to myself yet this morning. So please excuse my appearance.
No makeup, hair's a mess.
As we've always said, this is real life. We go on, and
however we look.
It is what it is, right? All right, so let me go. I gotta log into myself here. So I am gonna log in as
self.
I'm gonna log in as DoorDash Days. So if I make a comment, it'll show as my DoorDash Days profile. Switch account. Where am I here?
Listen to the cat crunching.
Yep, kitty cat's crunching.
I don't think she likes those crunchies that much. Molly, get in the camera range.
YouTube. All right, SDK Bunch live with Sheri and Dawn. There we are. There we are. Let me mute
Looking
it.
as beautiful as always.
All right, so it looks like we are a little pixelated, and we have some very, very, very good news. We are getting fiber optic internet service installed today. So
This
will,
afternoon.
yes, this will be the last crappy, unclear live that you will see. So we are very excited about that. And that's just something that the service provider is doing. They just are coming in and upgrading everybody. I guess there was a $20 increase because of, I don't know, some government, whatever. But I guess the company felt bad because of the $20 increase. So they're like installing fiber optic for everybody for like free. And so yeah, so later this afternoon, we'll have fiber and I'll be able to start uploading videos again. So let me let me go. Oh, Carrie's on. Carrie is on. She was waiting.
Hi, Carrie.
Good morning, sister.
Good morning,
All right, let's
daughter.
see. Yep, she was actually the first commenter. She said good morning. Carol's here from Virginia.
Hi, Carol.
Yep. Carol says hello, Sheri. She says hello to Cass. Carol says sound is good. Thank you. Regina is on. Good morning, Regina.
Hello, Regina.
Shannon is on. Was watching your press style video from yesterday. Good morning, all. Borderline Dasher. Good morning. Good morning. Wayne is in the house. Good morning, Wayne.
Hello, Wayne.
There's Shannon. Borderline. Good morning.
Shannon.
Everybody saying good morning.
Colleen's in.
Yeah. All right. Carol asks, "What state are you in?" Borderline. Borderline Dasher is in Delaware. I used to live in Delaware. I was in, that's where I started my military career at Dover Air Force Base back in 1993.
Morning coffee.
Carol says hello to Penny. Hello, Penny. Friends of Dashers and more. That is Colleen. She says good morning. Everyone's saying hello, hello, hello.
I can't crisscross applesauce.
Mom can't crisscross applesauce. I'm sitting crisscross applesauce. Mom can't do that. We're going to have to start like...
No, that's because of my hip. That's because you can't do anything with that hip replacement.
No, you should be able to sit. I would think you'd be able to.
No,
isn't it supposed to work like a regular hip?
Yeah, somewhat, but not really. At least I'm not in pain. That hip pain was like unbearable.
All right, let's see. Borderline. Colin, good morning. Borderline Dasher says, last night was crazy on DoorDash. What was going on? Carol says, Wayne, hope your temps are warmer. Yes. What's the weather like, Wayne? Penny says, yay. All right. My comments are jumping here, so I have to keep scrolling up. Scrolling back up. Scrolling back up.
Every time we move, we pixelate.
Carol is reminding everyone to hit the like button. Yes, like the video, please. Let's get the algorithm moving. We're going to try to get this channel going. So we've had some big changes. Some of you have probably seen the video already, but Carrie came up here with us for the month of May, but she has moved back to another area that she previously lived in. So she's going to be doing separate videos on the channel, and Mom and I are going to be doing our videos on the channel, but between Carrie's videos and our videos, we should have something posted every day. So I don't know what we're going to do today. I think we're going to do like an updated tour because I want to show you how I have my room set up that I'm sharing with my 6-year-old grandniece. So it's fun. I'm roommates again. But we have the little kids and the dogs that I need to kind of keep them like out of my area. So I have my space all secured. So we're gonna do a video on that.
It's like a bomb shelter.
It's kind of, it's like a fort. It's like a grown-up fort. It's, you know, I'm using a baby gate and blankets, and it's cool.
S-hooks,
I did,
zip
you know
ties.
what I did order though?
What?
They make the dorm bunk bed, bottom bunk,
Oh,
like
they do?
curtains. Yeah, they come with grommets and a string, so you tie the string and then it's like a shower curtain basically almost.
That's cool.
But it's that size where it like
That is
blocks off the bottom bunk.
not
So
going to keep the dogs off though. They'll just.
well, the
through
gate.
it.
I got the gate. I'm gonna have to leave the baby gate up. So you'll see that in the next video. Christian Gledhill. Hello, Christian. I have been popping in and trying to watch some of your videos. So Christian's getting his channel going. He's doing lots of lives and stuff. So congratulations on that, Christian. Wayne says it's 87 today.
Wow.
Wayne says hi to Carrie. Carol, everyone's saying hi to Carrie. Good morning, Steve. Steve says hello. Borderline Dasher. Dover is 15 minutes from me. Yeah, I would actually like to go back there and visit sometime. Maybe go down to Ocean City in Maryland. Those were the good old days. I had a lot of fun in Delaware when I lived there. I was only there for let's see, I got to Dover in January, the end of January, and then the following September I had actually transferred back into I had transferred from active duty into the Air National Guard in my state of Rhode Island. So I was only at Dover for 9 months basically, but I get to spend the spring and summer there, and I had some good times, and then I am still friends with some of the people that I hung out with at the beginning of my career there. So thank goodness for social media, right? All right, Borderline Dasher says got 4 back-to-back large orders on Earned by Time. Oh my gosh, that is crazy. Carol says hello to Christian. Christian says, how is everybody? We're doing okay. We're settling into new routines here on our end. Wayne says a gallon of milk is $1.99 this month because June is dairy month. Is that just in Wisconsin? Is that just a Wisconsin thing? You know, because like cheese is dairy. That's awesome. That's
cheese,
a good
yogurt.
price. Carol says, Dawn, I am happy to have you back on the regular. Yep. So, we went to Presque Isle yesterday, and what I learned was Presque Isle is only about an hour away from here, so it's not that bad of a drive. And when I'm doing Walmart Spark, sometimes I drive into Bridgewater, which is about a half an hour. So it's right in the middle. But Mom and I are going to take a trip up one day this week, and we're going to go dashing up in Presque Isle because it's a larger zone. This zone in Holton is like,
teeny,
this big. But up in Presque Isle, it covers 3 different towns, so it's shaped more like a triangle. So it's larger. So I think it might be worth it for me to drive up to that area so I can get in my dashing, so I can make my videos. So we'll get into some type of routine, but with having FiOS, and then the mornings are going to be like, I'm going to take the mornings to do my editing, and then I'll work in the afternoons. So I'll take my, after 8 o'clock at night, after everybody's settled down, I'll edit for a few hours. I'll get up in the morning after the kids are settled or off to school. I'll edit for a few hours. So I'm going to get into that routine. So June should be way more productive with videos on both channels.
Is cheese inexpensive for dairy month or just milk?
That's a good question, Wayne. Okay, what's next? Oh, Debbie's online. She's sneaking in again. I don't know if you're still here, Debbie, but if you're still here, hello. Thanks for the sneak in. Wayne says, who's the internet provider putting in fiber optics? It's Pioneer is the provider here. Christian says thank you to everyone. Carol, last week bought colorful curtains for my bedroom. Toil shower curtain, and my dermatologist cut another thing off my body. Overall, good week. Well, that's good. Getting those things that don't belong on your body cut off, that's a good thing. I hope it was a simple, easy, non-painful procedure.
Surgical removal.
Christian says, so I was doing roadie the other day, and there was an offer out there that was coming from New Bedford, going all the way to Westchester, Pennsylvania. Did you take it?
That must have been big bucks.
Christian likes to travel. He's like a traveling dasher. He goes all over the place.
That seems like a far way to go, though, unless it was like $300, $400, $500.
He might someday. I think Christian, if I remember correctly, you said you've got family or somebody up in Maine somewhere. So we wouldn't be surprised if we saw Christian out and about in town one day.
Sitting in the Walmart parking lot. Waiting for a dash order to come up.
Borderline Dasher says, LOL, wow, Christian, was it paying anything good? Wayne says, just at the Quick Trip convenience stores throughout Wisconsin, a pound of butter is $2.99.
Oh my God.
That's awesome, because it's like, what, $5 up here? For a thing of butter, maybe more, depending on the brand.
Yeah. The local butter is like $8, $9 a pound.
Yeah, the Holton Farms. So they have the Holton Farms
but
dairy.
It's so good.
It is. It's really good. It's worth the money. And they make lemonade too, fresh lemonade. The Holton Farms dairy lemonade, and it's only seasonal. So once summer ends, I think the lemonade goes away. And then Carol says hello to Debbie, Borderline Dasher. I'll have to sub to your channel when MD goes live. Yeah, I think he's talking to Christian. Wayne says cheese is about the same price as always. Christian says to Borderline Dasher, Westchester is the area that Travel JB lives in. Travel JB, is that the one that throws the bag and calls it a D bag? Or is that somebody else? I don't know if you watch him. Carol says, Wayne, I love butter. Though, otherwise, I'm a vegetarian. Borderline Dasher says, yeah, he's just north of me. I go up there from time to time to dash. Nice. Awesome. I think I am caught up on the comments. Oh, Christian says he does the Bangor and Brewer area. Well, I might see you down there because my niece lives in the Bangor Brewer area, so I'll be doing some dashing down there as well this month.
Oh, Christian's up in this area?
Christian is
up in Maine.
He's from our area, but he's got family
in
Bangor Brewer, so he's like a travel dasher. He does like Rhode Island and Massachusetts.
That's cool.
And Maine. Okay, so Wayne, when I go online, so Wayne is asking, do you have it set for your lives to go private when they are over? Is that a default something you set? So when you set up the live, you have to set up if it's private, public, or like unrestricted. I always set it to public. So you would think that when the live ends, that it would automatically stay set to public.
But no.
And it doesn't. It defaults back to private. So what you have to do is immediately like go in and set it so that it goes to public. So I don't know if there's a way to automatically. I've looked, I've tried. So every time I just like I'm learning that I have to go through, like after we end this live, I'll wait a few minutes for it to process and then I'll go in and I'll set it so that it's public. But I didn't even know Carrie was going live Friday night. So when I saw your message that you missed a live and you had asked if we went live on Friday night, I was thinking, because I have my phone like in my bed, so I was thinking, oh no, oh dear, did I roll over on my phone and like accidentally start a live? I was like, oh good God, what was on it? And so when I went in to check, I saw that it was Carrie, so I had set it to public. So Carrie's Friday night live is public. She was having the same problem with the glitchy, pixely picture, but when she went outside, it was clear. And it looked like when she was inside, if she kept the phone still, it would start to clear up. But you know, Carrie, she's always moving. So, but we're looking forward to her daytime videos of the junkyard that she's at.
Carrie.
There's some cool stuff. So she's hopefully going to be doing some cool videos showing us all of the trinkets and treasures that are around the grounds. I put a little bit of a clip of that in the Presque Isle video. So there's more. That was just the clip that I did was just part of it. There's like the whole other, there's a whole lot more.
We shouldn't call it the junkyard. We should call it the treasure yard.
The treasure yard. Wayne says next Sunday at church we start live streaming. Oh, Wayne, what church do you go to? Post that down there. Maybe we will tune in. That's how I do my church. I do I watch the online sermons. I like doing that because I get to see different styles, different pastors, and it also, depending on what I'm needing in my life, I look for certain topics and stuff. So I like to watch the online recordings of the services. All right. Christian says, I'm currently in Rhode Island.
What part?
But I do plan on taking another trip soon. Christian says, maybe after my birthday. My birthday is June 14th, so maybe after that. Christian, you share a birthday with my nephew, Kai. Kai is going to be 3 on June 14th. So we will remember your birthday. Happy birthday.
Yes, happy birthday.
Carol says, actually, my lovely daughter bought the shower curtain for me. We live together. Thankfully for both of us, we have separate bathrooms. That's good to have.
Yes.
Now we have 2 bathrooms in this mobile home, but one of them is non-functional. I don't know why, but there's no toilet, there's no sink, but there's a kennel in there now. That's the kennel. The dogs don't even use the kennel, so depending on what happens, if we decide
soon
that we are going to purchase this, we will be renovating that back into another half-bath. Shannon says, happy early birthday to Christian. Okay. Carol says, totally, because that's how I said it, is pronounced like twal.
It's not tool.
Tool?
No, tool is is that netty stuff.
Yeah, it's the net stuff.
Never mind.
Twal. Okay. Wayne says, when you did your live on your trip back from Florida, how did you live stream that? From just on my phone. Using my phone data. But my data signal is not good here in the house. Like I can't get on anything. It just takes a really long time and it locks up and stuff. And I have Verizon internet, and Verizon just like opened up a service store in the area, so I don't know where their towers are at or anything, but my data signal is not good. So I'm very grateful that we're getting the files. Okay. Christian says thank you to Shannon. So we are caught up with the comments here. That's a lot. That was busy. I feel like the last couple days has been very, very busy. We
Hectic
had
busy.
Memorial Day weekend. We had all of the kids. We had my niece Brianna's kids, so her 3 kids were here: Delilah, Daisy, and Denver. Delilah's 6, Daisy's 3. And Denver is he'll be 1 on June, I believe, 21st. So his birthday's coming up as well. And we had Kai and Silas. Amethyst was with her mother because she had a tonsillectomy, so she's on her 2nd week of healing from that. So she's home from school this week because she's not supposed to be too active, and if she's running around playing, yelling, she could
Rupture.
She could rupture her wounds from the surgery. So she's at home resting and keeping her voice quiet. So Memorial Day weekend was a very busy weekend. And then on, let's see, when did I take Carrie up to Maine? I took her or down because I drove south, but I took Carrie to a different part of Maine on Friday. And what did we do Saturday? Sunday we had
Saturday, I think I slept.
probably. I don't even remember. The days are just blending into each
Most
other.
of the day, yeah. I didn't.
It was pretty quiet, I think, Saturday and Sunday. It was quiet and calm here.
Yes.
Oh, because we just had Amethyst, so it was just Amethyst on Saturday, and then Sunday around 11:30
we went out.
Yeah, yesterday was Sunday. I'm like, so after the boys got here, they got dropped off at about 11:30, and they were ready for naps, so they went down for naps, and then Mom and I were
driving around with 2 wild women.
About 2:00, I think, and you saw that video. Or if you haven't saw that video, go back and look at that video. So that's where we are at in life right now. Everything's good.
And the view from our French doors is just absolutely beautiful. We step out on the beach.
Yeah, we'll have to take a picture because this is awful. Like,
yeah.
Are you seeing what we look like? That's what everybody's seeing.
Yes. Well, I don't know. That's pretty good for me.
It's kind of good because we're not ready this morning. So, like,
I think we look pretty pixelating. We got to straighten this out because little Silas leans on it and pulls on it.
Yeah. But anyway, so when the kids were here over the weekend, who was it who noticed it first? Brianna or Delilah?
Delilah.
So Delilah was looking. There's a woman walking on the beach, and you tell the story because you were here, so I wasn't.
Well, first Brianna said, "Why do you have a hanging on your wall where the girl in the bikini's got her hand down the back of her pants?" And I was like, "No, she doesn't." And I turned around and I was like, "Oh, well, maybe she's just scratching her back, her lower back." So then Delilah came in. She spotted it right off. She wasn't in the room when it happened, and she said, "Why does that lady have her hand in? What is she doing to her back?"
So it looks like the lady's actually like picking a wedge out of her butt crack. And we never noticed it, and
so now we do.
We're gonna take a close-up picture of it and post it in the community section in the posts for you.
Oh, here goes the back.
All right, so 12 people are watching. Let's see. Okay, so Carol says, "Yep, Twal. French is so weird."
Twal?
Christian says he'll be 29 on his birthday. Wow.
Same age as me, Christian.
You're just a baby, Christian. Okay, so Wayne says Salem Lutheran Church in Shell Lake, Wisconsin. Our YouTube channel is the @ Salem Lutheran Church 1879.
Wow. Is that when it was built or
Maybe
established?
established, probably. All right, I'm gonna copy that.
All right, my
I'm
back's
gonna-
hurting.
I'm
Everybody,
probably
gonna
gonna
lay
copy
down.
the whole chat. I did this a couple weeks ago. I copied like the whole chat and I put it in the comment section. So I'm gonna do the same thing with this. I'll pop that in the comment section. That way people can read through the chat.
I'm paying attention. My back's hurting, so
Well, funny you say that, Mom, because Carol asked Sheri, how is your back issues doing?
not too good today, Carol. That's why I'm laying down like this. I don't mean to be ignorant, but I have my 10 on.
No, they know. And if you noticed in the car, she was kind of, shifting around and laying in weird positions.
Trying to get comfortable.
Trying to get comfortable. She was a trooper yesterday. She was having a little bit of pain, but she still got out of the house. We needed to get out of the house and do something different.
But I came home and did my pain management.
Her pain management,
which tastes like strawberry kiwi. I can tell them, right? It's medicinal.
Right. Wayne says Folgers breakfast blend in my coffee cup this morning. Let's see. We have the Walmart. We're still using the Walmart donut shop.
Cheapo coffee.
It's pretty good.
It's good though.
Wayne says this picture quality. There's no need to worry about putting on makeup. Yeah, I honestly haven't been worried about that too much, at least on this channel. But when I do my DoorDash videos, I got to throw on the eyeliner and the mascara. But like for some reason on the family channel, because it's more.
Because this is what we look like at 10 o'clock on Monday morning.
It's more we're just casual, real life, whatever on this channel. So if I don't have makeup on, I don't have makeup on, whatever.
I got my Gigi shirt on. So proud to be a Gigi great grandma.
Carol says, Wayne, I like a very dark espresso roast for my morning coffee. That charges me up for the rest of the day. Mom, Christian is still doing the Bristol Warren area.
Oh.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I miss my customers. Wouldn't it be funny if you were like delivering and was like, sent him a message and was like, oh, by the way, your old driver, Dawn, says hello. I was going to put a post on the Facebook page, the community Facebook page. Like saying goodbye to everybody, because I actually had a lot of customers who like really loved it when they got me as their dasher.
Well, there's 2 less dashers.
So they're probably wondering where the heck I am.
Well, I didn't dash that much, but there's 2 less dashers. Christian, you can have all my customers, all one of them, or 2 maybe.
Rick, when you watch this, because you'll probably, I don't see you here, but Rick, when you watch the replay, just maybe someday you can go on the community page and tell everybody their old DoorDash driver, Dawn, says hello. There's not many people. There's Rick that was in the area, Christian, and then there was the other local. No, she was from Warwick, but there was I think her name was Sandra. I bumped into her one day at Stop and Shop when I was walking in. So I don't think there were too many people in the Bristol, Warren, Barrington area that saw my videos. Let's see.
Now we can tell them we live directly across from the Dunkin' Donuts on Main Street.
On Main Street, directly across from the Imagine Gift Store.
And we do mean right across.
Like right across. Just so many times in my videos, if you go back and look, I drove by my apartment like all the time. all the time. I drove back and forth right by my apartment.
Yeah.
All right,
and all
let's
the
see.
time we lived there, we never got a donut or a muffin or nothing. Well, Dylan did. but we
Dylan
didn't.
did. My son went there a lot. So occasionally, if I was going somewhere with him, we'd pull out of our apartment right across the street into the Dunkin' Donuts parking lot. And
Yep, right in. The whole time I lived there, which was over a year, right?
yeah,
I did not have, and I always said, I feel like a donut. I did not have one donut, one nothing.
Christian says the orders are bad down there now.
Are they?
Yeah, the food orders were drying up. It was I was mostly doing shop and delivers when I was down there.
Yeah, that's true.
But I'm doing really well on Walmart Spark. I'll tell you, like, I am making more per hour, so I'm making more money and I'm working less hours. But I have to go out at a certain time. Like
157.
yeah, like between 11:30 and 1:30, I can average about $18 to $20 per hour. But once 2 o'clock hits, and they drop that general merchandise order, I pick one of those up, and then as soon as I get back, I just start getting order after order until I log out. But I can make pretty decent money.
A lot.
I'm making a lot more per hour than I was door dashing. I'll say that. That's one of the reasons why I haven't door dashed, because I've been busy building back up my account. So I'm already, you guys know I was behind, like week to week, just barely like making sure that my account didn't bounce. But I am a month ahead, because last month I worked a lot, and so I am a month ahead again. So I have that little bit of a comfort zone. So all of the money that I need to pay for June is in my account. So now when I go out this week, I'm working on July. And an extra, and I've been buying extra stuff. So I've been spending money on things, just extra things, comfort things, just
amethyst chair.
Yep, I bought my niece a chair, and so I have extra spending money to do fun things. So I am a month. I like to be 3 months ahead. So if I just keep working the way that I've been working, I will have my 3 months ahead. I will have my emergency fund built back up, and I might even have enough saved to buy this. This is going to be my first property that I buy. I'd like it to be anyways. So this will be my starter property, and then we'll move forward from there.
So if anyone has any suggestions on what I can do to my walls, other than paint them because they'll look the same, different color, like a material.
All of the drywall really needs to come out of this room, and it needs to be completely re-drywalled and trimmed. And
that's not an option right now.
Not right now, but
any temporary solution, maybe shower curtains, pretty shower curtains, or regular curtains, make it look like a big window, just to cover up some of the ugliness.
What this is, I think
beautiful,
it looks fine. I mean, it's not perfect. It's an old rundown trailer that needs to be fixed, but it's livable. There's some.
I should be going up in the world, not down in the world.
Dents and dings. Well, sometimes you have to go down before you go back up. Life is like this.
Yeah, but I've been down the last 15 years. I've just been like on a steady decline.
We're gonna be fine.
It's time to go up, 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 up.
We're gonna be fine.
All
right. Dawn, you are adapting to your new environment. I am adapting to the new environment. Well, I will just say that May was
a challenge.
We know, if you've been watching a while, you know the situation, but there's just not enough room for 4 adults with very different personalities. I was out in yard camp some nights, and it was nice because I love camping, so it was nice. But the weather really is not stable enough to like be out there like all the time. I found out I had leaks in my tent. I had to like do crisis control in the middle of the night, and
Buckets.
I had to pull out the My Buddy heater, and then it got to a point where I was like, I got sick. So I was like, I can't sleep outside in the tent, even with the heater on. Like it's too wet, it's too damp. So I had to come back into Mom's room, and then
Which was hell, let me tell you. No, I'm only kidding.
It wasn't hell.
No, we had a good time.
There was on and off tension. There were good times, but there was tense times.
But that's us. That's us.
Yeah, so we finally came up with the solution that we were going to move the kids' rooms around. So the boys were down the other end of the trailer on the end room, which is the bigger room.
Well, you can do a little walkthrough.
No, I'm gonna do a video. So we'll do a separate walkthrough video because let's
today.
See. Yeah, maybe today. I might do a video today. Because it wouldn't take that long.
No, just the boys' room is adorable.
These videos I don't have to edit as much.
I don't know why somebody didn't think of the boys' room like that before.
Yeah, so I'm gonna pull the clips from the last walkthrough that we did and do a comparison. So we basically we didn't move much. I moved the crib out of the end room.
Mm-hmm.
And I moved the bookcase with the books out of the small room. And so I swapped those two pieces of furniture.
That was it.
That's all I swapped. But then we rearranged the bed and the bureau and then put the crib in. And then we also had enough room to put in another dresser, which wouldn't fit in there before. So that's where the boys' room is in now. Then basically I just pulled everything out. I did a lot of cleaning and dusting and vacuuming and mopping, and so I left basically everything the way that it was. But I finally got all of my storage. Oh, that's a story. Finally got all of my story back up from Bangor, and fit my dresser that we had at the apartment.
It looks good in there too.
And it does. It looks good, and there's a decent amount of floor space still. So there's enough room for me and Amethyst, and we even have separate like areas inside the room with my little fort that I have set up. So you'll see that in the video. But
Fort McAllister.
So now I feel like I have a spot. Like before, I was bouncing from Mom's bed to the tent. And I really hadn't gotten settled in May because May was like just so chaotic. So now I feel like I have a spot. I've got my desk. I can sit at my desk. I can edit my videos. That's what I did last night. It was fantastic. So yes, I do feel like June is going to be more productive with that. So I think June is going to be the month that we finally settle, which is great.
I have a question for our subscribers. Do any of you have a king size bed in which you sleep all alone? And how do you feel about it? Comfortable, lonely, or love it?
How do you feel about your bed?
Lonely.
So she's lonely in her king size bed. So if you had a twin size bed, would you feel less lonely?
Probably, yes.
This bed's too big. She just makes a mess of it.
Yeah, I use it like
we clear it off all nice, but then I'll walk in the next day and it's like
it's got clothes and
explosion happened. I'm like, Mom, what did you do?
I don't know.
She's like, oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
It's okay. It's fine. All right, let me catch up on some of these comments. All right. Wow, I gotta go far back. All right, Carol says, I am so sorry, Sheri. Back issues are so complex and hard. Wayne says, my kid's grandmother, Nana, uses a fentanyl patch to control her back pain. Oh, I saw the word fentanyl and I kind of...
Nana uses fentanyl?
A fentanyl patch. Well, the medical fentanyl is fentanyl, but if you use it as prescribed medically,
Does that work, Wayne?
we'll have to do some research on that, Mom. Wayne says, was that a Dunkin' Donuts right across the street at your RI apartment? Yes, it was. Christian says, I'd rather do Bristol than Woonsocket. Yeah, I hear you on that. Carol says, Dawn, are you adapting to your new environment? Oh, that's the question I just answered. Wayne
Yes.
says, a Sprinting Spark. New name. Sprinting Spark. I don't know if you guys noticed on the DoorDash channel, I added the word delivers. So it's DoorDash Days Delivers. So I might drop the DoorDash and just stick with Days Delivers.
Dawn Days.
But knowing now, because Presque Isle is closer than Bangor.
Yes.
I'm going to keep the name DoorDash Days. I think I'll keep the Delivers on there because I kind of like it. So we'll see. We'll see what June brings with the DoorDash videos. Christian says, nice one, Wayne. Carol says, because of you, I would use DoorDash, etc. But in a rural area, it's not always available. No, it's tough in a rural area because DoorDash does not want to pay the drivers to drive far distances, and the customers don't want to pay the true cost of
the delivery
fee. Like it's gas, and you got to figure it's rural, so it's round trip. It's like, if you have to drive 10 miles out of town to someone's house, that person has to drive 10 miles back. That's 20 miles. For some people, that's a gallon of gas. So there's $3 to $4 depending on the price of gas, plus the time. How long does it take? Well, it only takes 15 minutes to drive 10 miles here. So time-wise, it's, like a half an hour. So, but because DoorDash, the corporation, is not paying for that, for the drivers to deliver, and the customers, aren't tipping enough or appreciating enough the fact that somebody else is doing that round trip instead of them, so they don't have to. And I'm not saying all people are like that. Some people are very, very generous, but
most
a lot aren't. So it's, it's like the kid chewing the gum in the classroom ruins it for the whole classroom, right? So, yeah, it's unfortunate about that. I'm trying to think of a solution for that, though. Anybody have a solution for that? Let's brainstorm that one. Let's see. Wayne says wood paneling for your walls, Mom. Carol says, well, we don't have many restaurants.
Wood paneling.
Christian asks, what area are you in, Carol? Shannon says, hang in there, Sheri. I feel that your better days you've been waiting for are on the horizon. They are.
Thank you, Shannon.
She just doesn't see it yet. She's got to have some patience.
And a fentanyl patch.
Carol says, I don't know, Wayne. Maybe whitewashed wood paneling. I think I like the wainscoting that you put on the bottom.
Oh yeah,
and then the solid on the top.
Great.
That's what I would do.
I like our walls out in the dining room and the living room.
Yeah, the wood walls, those are nice.
But
I like
it's
that.
log cabin-y.
Yeah, looking. It makes it feel like a cabin. It's cozy. Wayne says hi to Shannon. Christian says, I want to see some Spark videos. Christian, I am apprehensive about doing the Spark videos because of Chuck got deactivated, and I think Driving with Bree got deactivated. Now I did sneak a Spark delivery in my video my Presque Isle day trip video, but
Yeah,
I kind of snuck that in because it's not a gig channel, it's my personal life channel. So I was like, I'm gonna sneak this in on this channel. So,
but you didn't really go in the store.
but no, but I did get
Too bad.
I got them loading the car. You can kind of see the kid's face loading the car. That was fantastic. There was 2 of them loading up my car.
So put some little smiley faces over them.
Yeah, I probably should have. I didn't, but and I don't even know the order screen that I put up. I think that's a violation of terms of service. I have to go back and really read the terms of service. But yeah, I'm apprehensive about doing the Spark video, and I haven't had time to watch anybody's video, so I don't even know what anybody's posting for Spark. So I'll have to take some time and catch up on other creators to see what they're doing. So we'll see, Christian, maybe.
I can't get comfortable.
Carol says, Christian, southeast of Richmond, Virginia, south and east of the James River. Yep. We visited Carol there in her area when we went to Florida. That was nice. That was fun. I enjoyed doing that.
And Regina.
Meeting up with her was fun. Someday we're going to meet up with Wayne. Somehow, somewhere, we're going to meet up with Wayne.
When we go,
I met Christian in real life one day at McDonald's.
When we go to get our Wisconsin cheese.
Yes. All right. Oh. Christian just had an idea. Oh, wait a minute. Am I missing it? Okay. Let me go back. Okay. Christian says, nice. Carol says, it's beautiful, Christian, but most of us cook our meals. Fast food around Fort Gregg Adams gets deliveries on the Army post. Christian says, oh, wow. Okay. Shannon's referring to the bed. A question. Queen by myself. Love it and won't go smaller. Shannon says, would get a king if it would fit in my room. They are comfortable. I like the king. Look at us. Both of us are sprawled out on the bed.
I do like the king bed, but it does feel lonesome. And Jesus, I haven't been in bed with anybody for 15 years. And still I'll reach over
Except
in the night.
Me. Yeah, at night.
Thinking Dawn's my
This is,
yeah.
She's sleeping and she's just got her arm and I'm like, what are you doing?
I'm like, gee.
And then she'll wake up and she's like, oh, sorry. All right, Carol says she has a queen size bed, but from time to time my Australian Shepherd jumps on the bed for a few minutes. He has a large old armchair where he really sleeps. Christian says, what about naming it Delivery Days? I actually like that,
yes.
Christian. I like
Good
that.
idea, Christian.
That'd be really cool. Delivery Days.
Starring Dawn, in case you don't know that.
The reason why I like the DoorDash videos because I think out of all of the things in the gig space, the DoorDash is the most popular. So if I keep DoorDash in the title and my channel name, I think the monetization payouts from the advertisers are higher. It's a higher CPM, so I make more money doing DoorDash. That's why I didn't want to just switch to Spark, because I don't know if the Spark videos are as income producing as DoorDash. So
yeah, you can't screenshot them anymore.
Yeah, I gotta keep DoorDash in there somehow. So we'll see. But like I said, we went to Presque Isle, and I thought Presque Isle was a very small area like this, but it looks like there's a mall there. I didn't know there was a mall in Presque Isle. I was like, oh, look, a mall. It's Tuesday. A small mall, but it was a mall.
Ruby Tuesdays.
My voice is starting to get strained, guys, so I apologize for that.
Well, why don't you take a walk through your bedroom and let your voice rest?
Let's see. Wayne says, it's funny someone good in coding hasn't designed an app drivers could use to establish their own clientele base, cutting out DoorDash and Uber Eats as the middleman. think there is somebody who tried. So I forget what the name of it is. I'll have to see if I can look it up. It looks like it would be a good concept, but it was so new. But that was like over a year ago. I think it's Deliver. I want to say Deliver something, but it was more of a like you were like part owner, like you were independent contractor, but you were like part owner. Like you have to go to your town and talk to the restaurants and get the restaurants to sign up, and like you have to like find the other drivers that are like delivering for the other apps and have them sign up. But it seemed like the pay cut was different, and there was a charge. Like if a customer wanted something driven 20 miles to their house, there was a charge, a per mile charge that covered the mileage cost back and forth. So if that's what the customer wanted, that's what the customer would get, but that's what the customer would be paying for. So I'll have to see if I can find what that app was. Shannon says hi to Wayne. Carol says, during the pandemic, my local restaurant delivered for a small fee, but I always generously tipped the deli driver, the delivery driver who was an employee, or the deli driver that was an employee at the restaurant. That's good, Carol. Carol likes delivery days. Wayne says, I think Sarah Elizabeth got deactivated from Spark for filming some Walmart employees smoking out back of a Walmart when they should have been working in the store. Oh, well. Yep. That makes sense. Shannon says, recording the Walmart employees is what will get you deactivated. Just don't record in the store or the parking lot, and you should be good for Spark videos. Thank you. Wayne says, I remember she was driving Spark with her husband at the time. Shannon likes delivery days as well. Yep, so we'll have to see what happens. But all right, so my voice is getting strained, and I'm getting thirsty. I took I think one sip of coffee. I've been doing most of the talking. Mom's tolerating her back pain right now, so I think we are going to end the live here. Thank you guys so much for being here with us today.
We love each and every one of you.
Yes, absolutely. So I'm looking forward to see what June brings, and we are glad to have you all here on this journey with us as we go through this. So we will see you next Monday for live, and hopefully we will have published a few videos throughout the week. And Carrie, if you're still watching, we hope you are publishing some videos as well and popping on lives as well. And we'll see you guys on the next live. Love you.
Love you. Bye.
Bye. Okay, now I'm awkwardly going to get up and shut off the camera.
Okay, good idea. Oh,
ow, and bang my head on the fan in the window.
Oh, is that recorded?
Yep, it's recorded. I don't know if you could actually see it. You could probably kind of see it.
I think you should show that.
Bye.
Bye.